Internal State Farm documents unsealed this week appear to back up accusations the company systematically denied some wind and hail claims. And now, questions about State Farm affiliated campaign donors who gave money to one candidate for governor. News 4's Spencer Humphrey reports.
Internal State Farm documents unsealed this week in an Oklahoma couple's ongoing lawsuit against the insurance giant, revealing conversations legal experts say seem to back up claims that State Farm created a scheme to systematically deny wind and hail claims across Oklahoma.
These appear to indicate that there was a well-known effort to go ahead and make certain that they could reduce the number of claims and they could reduce the value of the claims.
In one internal planning document from 2020, State Farm flagged wind and hail as the greatest opportunity to impact enterprise results, accounting for more than half of the company's net claim payouts. The document cites a goal of driving improvement in claim handling accuracy. By 2023, a claims manager reported the payoff, a $1.4 billion decrease in payouts from 2020 to 2021, with the ratio of full roof replacements to roof repairs falling from 5.6 to 1 down to just 2 to 1.
The information attached to the motion sure does look like that the attorneys have uncovered a scheme and they've got the information to back it up.
State Farm's been a point of contention between Attorney General Gentner Drummond, whose office is leading its own lawsuit against the company, and his opponent Mike Mazzei in the ongoing Republican runoff race for Oklahoma governor. In an interview with a Tulsa news station last month, Mazzei called Drummond's lawsuit politically motivated. And we told you last week, attorneys with the firm Drummond's office hired to carry out that lawsuit donated to Drummond's campaign. We asked them why.
I'm proud. And my other partners up here are very proud to support Gentner Drummond because we can read and we talk to them and they're doing the right thing.
But nobody at this office expects any kind of political favor or goodwill because they've donated $3,500.
Now, we also told you at least 9 different people who identified as State Farm agents or employees have donated to Mazzei's campaign. That includes this donation from a man named Steve Simpkins, identified as a State Farm agent from Mississippi. Problem is, we couldn't find any listings for a Steve Simpkins State Farm agency in that state. We did find one for an agent named Brenda Simpkins and gave her a call.
Good morning, Brenda Simpkins State Farm.
I don't know if this is the right place to get in touch with Steve Simpkins.
This is his wife. How can I help you?
She confirmed Steve Simpkins' profession is not the one listed next to his name on Mazzei's official campaign filings.
Yeah, he's not an agent.
We dug a little more and found out his actual profession is corporate attorney for State Farm, according to his LinkedIn profile. We reached out to the other State Farm agents who donated to Mazzei. They all either declined to comment or did not respond. Now, Mazzei has suggested the real way to lower Oklahomans' insurance premiums is through legal reforms aimed at cracking down on so-called frivolous lawsuits. It's something we told you Insurance Commissioner candidate Marty Quinn, who's also received numerous donations from people associated with State Farm, supports as well.
We don't want to take away any legitimate lawsuit from any individual. We do want to take away frivolous lawsuits.
But legal experts say actual frivolous lawsuits against insurance companies are exceedingly rare because of the energy they'd take.
In these bad faith cases, they are difficult to pursue and they are very time consuming.
The lawyers suing State Farm argue Mazzei and Quinn's proposed legal reforms don't lower costs for customers at all.
If you look at the data arising out of Florida after they implemented lawsuit reform, insurance companies started denying claims at a faster rate than ever before. And lawsuits went up because the denials went through the roof.
And they say, had those reforms been in effect in Oklahoma, it's likely these documents would have never come to light.
Do you think State Farm right now wishes that Mike Mazzei had been the governor a few years earlier so that he could have taken away my client's rights to sue State Farm and to uncover these documents, bring them out of the darkness and bring them into the sunlight so everybody can see it? Absolutely.
In Oklahoma City, Spencer Humphrey, Oklahoma's News 4.
All right, Spencer, we asked Mike Mazzei's campaign if he still feels the state's lawsuit is a political stunt, given the revelations from those State Farm documents. The campaign told us, quote, After a tragic car accident, Mike Mazie sued State Farm for failing to honor their agreement to pay his medical bills, so this is personal for him. Any company that violates contractual obligations by failing to pay insurance claims should be prosecuted. I applaud the state agencies that uncovered this. We also asked Mazie's campaign if they knew Steve Simpkins was not a State Farm agent as listed on his campaign disclosure, but rather an attorney for State Farm. They did not answer. We also previously asked Gittner Drummond's campaign about the donations it took from the lawyers representing the state in its lawsuit against State Farm. Drummond's campaign told us in part the Attorney General's office contracted with Witten Burrage because of the firm's extensive experience with State Farm and similar complex litigation. They went on to say people who have worked alongside Gittner and witnessed his character, ethics, and leadership firsthand are among those supporting him. That should surprise no one.